Hey YouTubers, my name is Frank, aka Mr. Adventure, and you're up in the Adventure Garage right now. I'm here with my KLR 650, right here. I have a Honda XR 250L, and then I have my wife's Yamaha TW200. My oldest boy has a Honda XR80, and my youngest at the very end there has a XR70. And with this many bikes, and even if you just have one, I want to give you a few tips that you can use to keep your bikes running in optimal condition and ready for the time you go out while your bikes are sitting basically in the wintertime when it's cold, rainy, and there's not a lot of places to ride. Around here where I live in Northern California, we've had a very wet winter. All the OHV trails are closed. All the mountains around us have snow in them and ice. And to me, that's not a whole lot of fun. I know some of you are probably going, oh, that's no problem for me, but for me it is. I wanted to share with you a couple things that I do to keep the bikes going good. And that is during the wintertime, especially when the bikes aren't being used as much, I like using Stable. I put Stable in all the gas fuel tanks on the bikes, and then I run the bikes to be sure it's all through the lines. And then when I'm done doing that, I turn the petcocks to off and I run all the fuels out of the carburetors. Now, I realize some of you have fuel injection and that probably doesn't pertain to you. But if you have carbureted, it's very important that you do that, because what happens is that gas will sit in there. And it really shouldn't with the Stable, but I don't like to chance it because I don't like rebuilding carburetors. I know how to do it, but who wants to do that come springtime? I just want to ride. The other thing too, that's a good thing to do while your bikes are sitting, is change the oil. I use Lucas high performance motorcycle oil. I buy this at O'Reilly's, and this one here is a semi-synthetic, and I know that, and they do make synthetic. And I know I've had people tell me, oh, you should use nothing but synthetic on your bikes. I really haven't had any issues with this, and when you have 5 bikes to maintain, you're trying to do it as economically as possible. So that's one thing I use there. The other thing too is that I like to use is DuPont's Chain Saver. Good time to be sure that all your chains are lubed. This one here is a wax-based chain lube and with Teflon. I've used quite a few different lubes for my chains. And this is probably the best one that I've found. I buy this on Amazon. You can find this one. But you run out on the dirt, and with all these other ones, it seems like my chain's always looking dirty and caked up and everything. Haven't had any issues with this DuPont Chain Saver, and my chain still feels really good. The other thing too is, good time to look at your tires. I've been riding all summer long and everything. My tires are looking kind of shot, especially on my KLR. I just did the ones on my Honda. And so I got new tires, new Steranko's 700 series. The ones that come on the KLR 650 these days are these Dunlops. I don't remember which they are, but they're kind of junk. I really don't like them. They feel good on the road. They feel good when they're brand new off-road. I'm comfortable with them. But they wear out super fast. So I'm going to try these Steranko 700 series. I was told they got great reviews online. Picked these up at Revzilla. Both front and rear was about $100 is what they were. So anyways, these ones have a similar tread pattern, which I like. I heard the lugs are a little bit bigger on this. And I have a buddy of mine that has the Dunlop 606. I was thinking about throwing those on there. But it's all preference on what you're doing, and with the amount of rides that I do, a lot of them are on the roads, a lot of them are off roads. It's just trying to find that balance, and so what works best for you. So a couple of accessories that I like to have on my bike is I have my GPS, and maybe I'll try to get another camera in so I can show this up in one of the corners here while I'm talking. If not, I'll try to insert it in another video. And one of the other cool accessories that I just recently got, and I got a ridiculous deal on it, okay, is a spot. Now this thing is cool. Now Some of you may not like these because not only do you have to buy it, but you have to pay for the subscription every year. But so far, I got this. I found this at Big Five. It was Christmas Eve. It was the last one in the case for 29 bucks. Okay, I have looked online. I have not been able to find one for 29 bucks. So I figured usually they're like 120 bucks or 140 bucks or whatever. And then you have to pay for the subscription, which is like 150 bucks for the year. But I found this for $29. I figured, hey, $150 for the year. It has a tracking mode. My wife can go on there. I have friends on there that I can put. They can see where I am if I haven't checked in. There's a help mode. I can send out different messages, all via satellite. So anyways, I'm pretty happy with it so far. I've only used it once in tracking mode and sent out a couple messages. So far, it's worked flawlessly. So kind of a cool thing. My GPS is it's an older Garmin Legend. And that has been, it's an older one. It works. It's not the latest and greatest and fanciest, but hey, it gets you. You can load maps into it. You can highlight trails, and really, that's the only thing that really matters to me. You can see the road, see where you are. So hope those tips help, and hope to see everyone out on the trail soon. All right.